And now in this second video today, guys, I have to talk about, of course, the signing of Endrick. Not because, not is about to reveal when is he going to sign for Real Madrid, which is something that is going to happen really soon. I would say this week, right before Sunday. That is for sure. I'm not questioning at all the signing of Endrick for Real Madrid. I'm pretty sure he will. But the thing is, Real Madrid, with the signing of Endrick, have Real Madrid decided to close the door to Erling Haaland? Let me tell you something. Alfie Haaland was talking to, I don't know where, right? But I found the words of Alfie Haaland yesterday. And apparently the Erling Haaland's father has said, yeah, he might be a little while in England, right? We're playing for the Premier League and stay there for so long. But his nature, the way he is, I'd say the player is going to change. Not really quick, but in the short, middle term, maybe 2 to 3 years, maybe playing in the Premier League for 3 years, and then that's it and change, okay? So in my opinion, he was hinting, this is not the first time he says that. So in my opinion, Alfie Haaland is hinting the possibility for Erling Haaland to change, right? To change the Premier League, change England. He's been playing in Germany. Now he is playing in England, and he might be playing in another different country, in another different club, because that is his nature. Let me tell you something. This is not really, first one, it's not really accurate to say this, number one. Number two, it is almost impossible for him to develop a nice career when you sign, any single team in the world is going to sign a contract with you below the 4 years or something like that. It is almost impossible for any single team to build up a project, right, with a player they cannot count with, right, for up to 2 years or so, right? So any single team in the world, whether it's Real Madrid or any other, will demand to Erling Haaland to sign for 4 years at least, right? We're not playing, man. This is not not a walk in the park. This is not a kids game or something like that. We're adults. We're grown-ups, right? And if you go somewhere and you want to play and you really are a professional, you have to understand, right, the least and the minimum you have to sign for in a club, it's gonna be 4 years. This release clause he allegedly has in the contract with Manchester City for 2 years, I think it's just a treat for him that he gave himself, just because he probably wants to play for Real Madrid at some point in the future. Problem is, what is the project of Real Madrid? Does Real Madrid have the same idea than Erling Haaland? Will Real Madrid be able to match the way of Haaland in the future? I don't think so. And let me tell you something. In Marca yesterday, they said Real Madrid has bet for Endrick over Erling Haaland, and Real Madrid's attack starting from 2024 will be Vinicius, Endrick, and Rodrigo. They have chosen Endrick over Haaland. That is the thing. So I wouldn't say he will have a bright future in Real Madrid, because right now the news we are watching, the news are coming out from Real Madrid, either side, Real Madrid, Erling Haaland, all the stuff are not going, in my opinion, in the right direction. And actually, I would love to have Erling Haaland in our squad, because I think there's a big difference right now between Haaland and Endrick. Erling Haaland is a tested product right in Europe. Endrick is a great guy, is a rising talent, is a rising project, is a rising promise, all the stuff, is a promising player, but he hasn't played a single minute in Europe. And that is a problem. That is a big problem. So I don't know what the project of Real Madrid looks like for the future, man. But I would say that Real Madrid, chose to Brazil over Norway, right? Over the Norwegian player. So I don't know, man. But this is something I don't really like, because I think that Real Madrid should go all ahead and try to sign Erling Haaland as soon as possible, right? Because to me, that guy should be the number 9 starter for Real Madrid as of not today, but as of 2024, because the player has been proving everybody he's ready to go. He's ready to play in the top elite clubs, and in the top elite football, and he will probably do a great job in Manchester City as well. He doesn't need any kind of adaptation process. He doesn't need any kind of help. He doesn't need anything, right? The player is great, and we really need that kind of player. It's the same thing when you talk about Kylian Mbappe. We need the best players in the world, no matter how bad they behaved in the past, but we really need the best players in the world. So apparently that is really, really bad. I mean, in my opinion, I think that we should go ahead and try to sign Erling Haaland, but apparently that's not going to happen, okay? So the next story I have for you guys is about Leao. Rafael Leao is a player who has been attached to Real Madrid for so long. I mean, so long. Not super strong rumor, but every once in a while, right, this rumor pops up again, and we have to talk about that. So Rafael Leao, according to Play Goal, Real Madrid is in, but okay, Real Madrid are in for Rafael Leao. From this information is coming out from Florian Plettenberg from Sky Sport, which is great, right? Rafael Leao, I saw the guy the other day in the left wing. That's great. It's awesome. It's whatever you want. Problem is Real Madrid already has to Vinicius Jr., and to me that makes impossible for any other left winger to come out and play for Real Madrid. And this is something I am insisting on for so long, man. Do not attach players to Real Madrid when we already have those positions completely occupied by great players. It's like, for example, same thing with, what was the other guy? I can't recall. I mean, it was Nabri, I think. I don't know. I mean, a bunch of players who have been attached and linked to Real Madrid for no reason, right? And we're not interested in them at all. Why? Because we already have players in that position. There's no point. Real Madrid is only in need of a number 9, right? Probably a midfielder, right, to replace Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, and maybe a left back. That's it. We don't need anymore. We don't need any more players. So I don't know what the plan is, man. But I don't think I wouldn't go and say, hey, Real Madrid is going to sign to Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland and Hendrik and Rafael Leao and Nkunku and all that stuff. That's not true. That's simply not true. And the other thing is, Real Madrid right now have a clear policy when it comes to signings. Number 1, super young players, Brazilian players, Hendrik, Vinicius, Rodrigo, all that stuff. And then players in the last year contract. So there's no point in relating players to Real Madrid for no reason. Right now, players, I mean, I'm not saying this policy is right. I actually think it's wrong at some point. But players in their 25, 26, 27 or so, it's impossible for them right now to sign for Real Madrid. So I don't know about Rafael Leao. He's great. He's a great player, all that stuff. And in the old days, there used to be a policy, right, regarding to 2 players per position, right? And when it comes to Real Madrid, you need the 2 best players in the world in the same position to compete against each other, right? Which is great. To me, in my opinion, that raises the level a lot more, right? And we really need things like that. But right now, Real Madrid is, I'm not going to say is entering in a weird area. No, Real Madrid right now, when it comes to the transfer market, has slowed down, since time ago. It's not the same Real Madrid than years ago, where we were completely obsessed and rushing all the time to sign new players and selling players and all this stuff. No, it's not. No, it's not. Right now, Real Madrid is building up a project for the future. That's it. To me, it's not right. It's not quite accurate, as if you only have 1 player per position, that's not good. Because the player might, slack off and feel comfortable and do not feel the pressure, and things like that can happen, right? So I'm not okay with that, but apparently that is where we are getting into, right? And I don't think Real Madrid will go all ahead and try to sign at all players just for the sake of signing or something like that, unless if all those players costs about 80, 90, 100 million or so. To me that is, it's completely impossible. It's completely crazy right now to think about that. And actually yesterday, Tomás González Martín, he also said Real Madrid needs a defender. To me, it's a left back, a midfielder, whether it's Bellingham or Enzo Fernandez, and a striker. And that plan is for the summer, it's not for right now. When it comes to the attacker, when it comes to the number 9, I would say probably, I mean, we have to wait a little bit, but Mbappe might be knocking down the door of Real Madrid as of January. As you know, Kylian Mbappe is not happy in PSG at all. I mean, they're not talking about it, but what he said, well, not him, right, but his family said to The Athletic like 15 days ago, he was very clear sending that message, and he still feel betrayed by PSG. So to me, Kylian Mbappe will knock at the door of Real Madrid very soon, anytime soon. So January, February, I don't know, maybe when PSG gets eliminated from the Champions, I don't know, but it'll happen. I'm pretty sure it will happen for sure. So let's see what happens. Let's wait a little bit and see what the policy of Real Madrid in this transfer market looks like.